There is real fear and suspicion in ODM party. The fear that President Uhuru Kenyatta might actually be taking advantage of Raila Odinga to achieve his own political objectives. It is because of this fear that we witnessed the David Murathe storm. The David Murathe storm was basically over two key parliamentary committees. There is fear over the compositions of those two key parliamentary committees. The Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, JLAC, and the Delegated Legislations. Those two committees, and to some extent the Budget Committee, are going to be critical in the success of the Building Bridges initiative. We all know that President Uhuru Kenyatta has interest in the Building Bridges initiative. We also know that Raila Odinga has interest in the Building Bridges initiative. And also we know that in we also know that in March 2018, President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga had the handshake. And that handshake shocked the entire country. And it changed the political landscape in this country. And because of that handshake, the president has managed to successfully discard his deputy. And just like I keep on repeating on this platform, and this one I strongly believe, that there is no way President Uhuru Kenyatta can actually play both Raila Odinga and William Ruto at the same time. He can only play one of them at any given time. But from all indications, there is real fear in ODM party. And I was speaking to several ODM leaders, and they expressed to me the real fears. And I want to explain to you why there is the fear in ODM that President Uhuru Kenyatta might actually be playing Raila Odinga. Not really playing, but taking advantage of Raila Odinga to achieve his own political objectives. And having talked to them, these are some of the reasons. Number one is the Jubilee coalition. We all know that President Uhuru Kenyatta entered into some post-election agreement with KANU. He also entered into some post-election agreement with Wiper. And because of that, we now have Jubilee coalition. And this Jubilee coalition, the fear in ODM party is that the president is now comfortable with this coalition. They believe that the president might decide to do certain things with the help of these two political parties. So that's the first fear. And the other fear is that the president might actually be using that Jubilee coalition to bring together people who are formerly in KANU. Gideon Moi, Kalonzo Musyoka, and even Musalia Mudavadi, and front one of them instead of Raila Odinga. And that fear is real within ODM party. They are asking, if President Uhuru Kenyatta has ODM, why would he go for these other parties, if not to serve his own political interest? But the president is keen and very clear that for him, he wants to achieve unity of the entire country. But the ODM party are reading something else in this new coalition, Jubilee coalition. Number two is the Building Bridges initiative. We all know that President Uhuru Kenyatta has interest in the Building Bridges initiative. Raila Odinga has an interest in the Building Bridges initiative. For Raila Odinga, he wants to achieve what he calls inclusivity. So that we are going to have a prime minister, we are going to have the president, maybe we are going to have the two deputy prime ministers, so that he can be able to form a major political alliance. For President Uhuru Kenyatta, he's keen, because politics is all about interest, he's keen on the prime minister. and is keen on the prime minister, which is going to be powerful prime minister. So most ODM supporters and leaders believe that the president wants to ensure that the outcome of the Building Bridges initiative is going to reflect his political interest, and is now made sure that Raila Odinga is very comfortable wherever he is. And indeed, Raila Odinga is being seen as the man calling the shots in the government. So Raila Odinga unknowingly will lead the president into the area where his interests are going to be served. So the country might have a powerful prime minister. Then the president, because remember sometime in last year in Nakuru, was it last year or this year? The president was very clear to those residents that the interest of the Kikuyu or the position for the Kikuyu is going to be in the Building Bridges initiative. And for those who read the BBI report which came out of, which was launched at the Bomas, something was very fishy. That these guys were proposing a prime minister to be appointed by the president and also to come from parliament. So which means for Uhuru to be appointed prime minister, he had to become a member of parliament. Of course, that's not very difficult. For Raila to be appointed a prime minister, he has to become a member of parliament. Of course, that's also not very difficult. But now, the interest is going to be that these guys are likely to change it, so that a prime minister is either going to come outside parliament or something like that. Let us wait and see the new report which is going to come out. So the fear in ODM is that the president might actually be taking advantage of the Building Bridges initiative. They know that Raila Odinga probably is keen on the presidency, so he might not have a lot of interest on the prime minister. But these guys feel the president might take advantage of that to come up with a very powerful prime minister, which will overshadow the president. Number three, the third fear in ODM is that the president might actually be taking advantage of Raila Odinga's interest in 2022 and his age. Raila Odinga has contested for the presidency 4 times. This is going to be the 5th time and the last time. And we all know that definitely Raila Odinga is now desperate to become the next president of the Republic of Kenya. And we also know that this country, votes don't count. So the system counts. So the president has that system. So the fear is that the president, because he also has interest, 2022 interest, of becoming probably the prime minister, he might dangle for Raila Odinga, okay, I'm going to give you the presidency, but for me, you are going to give me this. So they fear that those kind of possibility are actually existing, and that's why they want to take charge of these committees, so that people like Otienda Molo can actually be able to read or to understand some of these clauses when they'll be sneaked in. Because of course, normally they are being sneaked in. So that's a fear which is real within the ODM circle. The other fear why ODM people are fearing is the control of Jubilee Party. For a long time, the president didn't have control over Jubilee Party. And ODM Party believed that it's because of their strength. That's why the president managed to survive in parliament. But the president has actually managed to use ODM Party successfully to pass certain legislations, and then he now focused on now taking charge of the party. So the president has successfully taken charge of Jubilee Party. So today, the deputy president has very few members of parliament, mostly from Rift Valley. The president controls the rest of Jubilee members of parliament. And that's the fear within ODM Party, that now the president might actually not need the support of ODM Party, because already he has brought on board KANU and he's brought on board Wiper. So there's the fear that why is this guy now trying to take charge of Jubilee Party? Is it because now he wants to discard the ODM Party? Because he has already succeeded in sending William Ruto very far outside the tent. Now ODM Party is the only one remaining. Is it possible that this guy is taking control of Jubilee Party as a strategy? So Sorry, I was disrupted by wale watoto wanachezanga hapa. So I was saying there's that fear that the president has now taken control of Jubilee Party. He controlled parliament in Jubilee Party. He has more numbers in parliament, at the Senate in Jubilee Party. So now he might not need ODM. He can only add Wiper and KANU. And the president is good to go. Although some legislations will require the support of ODM Party. And because he has the instruments of power, he can actually bulldoze his views or his ways in whichever way he wants. So the mere fact that the president is taking control of Jubilee Party is something which is causing a lot of concern amongst the ODM supporters, especially the leadership. And lastly is what I can call Raila Ruto factor in Uhuru's politics. President Uhuru Kenyatta cannot afford to do away with the Raila Odinga or to play Raila Odinga and play William Ruto at the same time. Because these guys can actually come together and fight him. So the president will not do that. So the president has successfully managed to do one thing, to separate Raila Odinga from William Ruto, or William Ruto from Raila Odinga. It is very simple. Today, William Ruto is in one corner. Raila Odinga is in one corner. And it's very clear that anytime William Ruto people are in problems, Raila Odinga's allies are laughing at what's happened to the DP. And when the other side is on problems, like the other day when there was this outburst of by David Murade over these committees, the allies of the deputy president were actually laughing. So the president has successfully managed to put these guys on check. So there's no way Raila Odinga and William Ruto are going to have space to look at things from the same perspective. One of them will always try to go into each other because the deputy president believes strongly that he's out of power because of Raila Odinga. And Raila Odinga also believes very strongly that he did not become the president because of the deputy president, and not only that, that the deputy president continued to even abuse him. So they're getting at each other. So the president is maintaining them at a certain level where these two gentlemen cannot come to an agreement on any particular issue. And because of that, there is fear within the ODM circles, that the president is actually using these two gentlemen to achieve his political objectives. And that once he achieves his objective, then he can decide to now dump William Ruto and dump Raila Odinga. Because he has the system, he can now craft another alliance with Gideon Moi and with Musalia Mudavadi. Not Musalia Mudavadi, but Kalonzo Musyoka. And probably bring on board Musalia Mudavadi. So that Raila Odinga and William Ruto will continue fighting. So that when we go to elections, we are going to have three strong teams. A team fronted by Raila Odinga, a team fronted by Uhuru Kenyatta, and the team of William Samoei Ruto. So it's basically trying to keep all these gentlemen busy. And these guys are fighting. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. Because what we do on this channel is very simple. We do a very simple thing. We just analyze politics deeply in a way you cannot get it anywhere else. So the best thing, just click subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this and post, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys. And to those who are watching this video for the first time, please, I want to ask you just for one favor. Help me share these videos to reach many people. Because we are racing towards 100,000. And it's not easy to just convince people to subscribe. It's not easy. You know, normally when you watch a video, you take your 3 minutes, then you watch it. Then you take your time and you click subscribe. You know, that's very important to me. I really value it. Because by the time someone decides to subscribe, it definitely means there's something you are getting out of this. And the mere fact that over 72,000 people have actually subscribed, it means there's a value which you can always get on this platform. So the best thing for you guys, you can do, guys, is to help me create interactions. We want to hit 100,000 and we can't hit 100,000 without your support. And this one, I'm asking, just share the videos, give the video thumbs up if you like them. If you don't like them, just give them thumbs down, because from there I'll also be able to know that this video was good and this one was bad. And thank you guys. Please enjoy your day.